Okay, good morning, everyone. This is Michael Venezia, head trader and coach at TradeGATEHub. Listen, the date is December 14th, but this is the last Fed meeting of the year as we wind down. This was one of those weeks where it actually did become a stock picking week and still is to this day. Hold on a second as I try to get out of something here. Yes, so it's Fed Day, and it's also quad witching, which is Friday. Quad witching, without exaggerate, well, I am exaggerating, but to a degree, is probably literally outside of the Fed Day the second most volatile situation, if you will, out of the year, especially coming into the end of the year rebalancing, which is going to happen this Friday with, like I said, with quad witching. So you have a Fed, and you also had a CPI yesterday, which had the market basically had like a 3%, 3.5 move percent up, up to down. The market was up very nicely. Yes. So you're having, which was our plan all along as I signed in at TGH, was to really be, no one knew which way which way the market was going. That is why they're making the moves that they are. I mean, if it was more predictable, it'd be a little bit more flooded, and the move would be less. It would be, at least muted. So, like I said, today's a Fed day. It's quad witching on Friday. I mean, I can't. I normally I go over every type of trade, but I really can't give a valid opinion, RNA, because short. Because swing trading, because I don't know. Everything could change as 11:06 a.m. in 3 hours. Literally, the game plan short term could go out the window. Stocks that were well, first of all, what I was taught, and there's a difference between like coin being up $1.60 today off the bottom, or stocks. I'm talking about stocks in solid uptrends that you want to look at that were strong before the market. Before the news came out. That's what I was taught, regardless of what my mentors taught me. Now I understand this is a different situation, and economic numbers and Fed meetings over the past year or so have been more market moving than, well, I would say almost ever. We're using a range of parameters on TradeGATEHub where bond market moved since 1988. The dollar hasn't made a move since 2008. So the parameters are expanding, and so are the ranges of the market. So I am going to cut it shorter than usual, because first of all, if you don't have your long-term plan of stocks to buy, vice versa, first of all, I'm not going to pardon me, I'm not going to hang out to dry. I'm here to walk through it regardless. But let me cover something. Coach reminded me of a winner here with the 3-day up rule, and it worked, and that's why he did it. Boom, we got to cover this thing. Good call, Coach. All right, so I'm on back on TradeGATEHub, if you will. All right. Position, as I've been saying, to really get a feel of how I think about the market at 11:08, like I said, at 3 hours before a major Fed meeting. The best way to do this, and it's always the way to do this being Wednesday, is to go back and go to the Red YouTube channel and go back to our videos that we played all week. Get a feel of what's going on. Coach had a 4,200 streams. How many? 2,100 subscribers. We just passed 2,000 like 3 days ago. Coach is killing it. That's why. Bravo, Coach. Another 4,200 guys is getting top notch. When Coach gets guests like David Hunter and Helene and Luke and even the CEO of Jake of TrendSpider, they should be. So you know what I mean. So although we're all doing the hard work, the numbers will go there. That's what we believe. Okay, so go to start with my Monday dissertation, and the Monday dissertation. Not to jump, it actually might even be here still, and I'll give you a piece of it because, obviously I knew that we were coming into a Fed meeting, so doing it justice right now, or dissertating it will not do it justice right now about my plan in the next 8 minutes. But certainly go back, Jim Cramer. I like the Oracle quarter. It was a lot, even that reversed. Okay, let's go back to the main room. I don't know. All I'm telling you is this: it did become. It's very nice. It's becoming a stock pickers. Let me go to some charts here. It's becoming stock picking again. All right, all the things that I believe in are working: range, price action, and volume. You have to believe in the system. Like I'm beating all the three indices that's this year, but I think I'm almost even, which I'm not patting myself on the back by any means, nor should anybody else. But it was a little tougher than usual. With that being said, is stock picking is coming back, and that's what I'm best at. Look, for example, it's WVE, news range, and good volume yesterday worked right here. Good volume. The volume yesterday followed through again. This RNA, which I know that I just covered it too. By the way, I shorted this RNA. I just covered RNA, which I was touted 14 times in the room today. Went from 1392 to 21, and the only reason why I knew that is because I've been on the short side of that. I did pick some. I got out of it, a lot of it on the open before. Not gonna lie, I didn't think it was going to go that much, but I did peg it on the weekly on a short side. I made a little catch-o, as Mikey Hahn would say, Mickey. So I did short it 2076, 2048, made hard money at 1869. Now I'm actually short the WVE again. I top picked WVE at 675. It's 595. What am I going to look for in this thing? You know, it's still not even that overbought. I know the stock very well. I was the only one in America building a position here, 172. I think I made a half. Left $1 million on the table. That's okay. We'll get behind it. So I'm not, listen, this is above all indices. At good news. I like the fact that it's in biotechs. Matter of fact, I might even look to cover some now. You know what? 590 to 6. I'll cover it below the six figure by 1600 WVE. What would this go to? 593 will go 590, 594, because that's the year I graduated high school or college. 594. There's my bid. See if we get it. I'll keep going. Docu, another one. Momentum. Days up. All it needed was that push above with good news above the 50-day, which everybody knows is my short-term, basically inflection move. Kept going. Above the 50-day, had that volume. It's hot. So it stays hot. What other stocks been staying hot? The taking TDOC2 Crocs, ACLX. This is a new stock, sexy. CPRX. Everybody knows this is one of my best of breeds in the fund. Well, what else do we have in the fund that's acting? Well, Marna. We sold it yesterday, I think 188. Some of it, and Mike Lombardo tried to talk me out of it. I'm not going to lie. He said, "You really want to sell it?" But we did keep what 30% of the position. We have a nice position. I think from like 180. So with Marna, we're keeping there. What else do we have? Docu's not going down. RNA, MSOS, Noggin, BWV, Bivy. I had this Bivy today too. I still had some. Look at Bivy. Another chart. Here's the long term. Not overbought. Has it in it. You know, a year ago or whatever you want. A year ago it was 44. And it's not the type of stock that like gapped and had problems. It was just a drifter. So it makes these type of moves. I took it overnight. It was holding in there. So I just started buying it because you know what? It was only down like 30 cents. A stock that with the futures down that makes it run from 518 to 10 and change, which is only down 30 cents. So I started buying it. I accumulated 940, 941. I started buying more 978. So then the really started to get excited, for lack of a better term, when it took out yesterday's high. 1024. I think I bought more there, but I didn't put a stop in. I didn't want to be a fool. There, right before I thought it was going to break high. It looked like it was going to break it. So I started running at 1011, 1011, blew it out at 1085. My average price was like what? 980. I had a lot of it. I still have some of it. There's Docu now. WVE. I couldn't cover any. And I'm not, you know what? I'll short a little bit more. But you know what? It stocks made its move. I'd actually like to short more at 640. No, this is where I want to short right here, right at that 622. Here we go. Live trading. Sell short. Ask. Boom. Mike V. Let's see if we get filled. I did get filled. 625. Let me short a little bit more because I'm up in the position actually nicely. 620 short. I'll hit the bid. Boom. All right. So more live trading. My VWE short 624. Hard money, but we're in it. What else? There's this speed. This bivy keeps going up. It's near the high of the day now. I got to add to this thing. You want to know why? Then I looked at the stock. Now it's like I have a winning restaurant if I'm a business owner. So where's this thing going? Now it's above the 200 day, has volume. Probably goes to this gap at 1282 right here. But you know what? I'll put a trailing stop. It only has 920,000 shares, and I'm probably 10% of it. No, I had 8,000 shares or something like that. So it's got to get above this 1082. I don't want to be around a short-term head and shoulders, reverse, whatever they call that thing. All right, Tesla's obviously on the news. Tesla's one we got. I mean, this is it. When is the baby out with the bathwater here? 156, maybe 150. The whole strike price. It's to me every day. It's one of the most heavily option traded price. But Ribbon's up today. Microsoft, what? Microsoft do or die. I mean, if the Fed speak is positive or or positive for the market, Microsoft could go from a 1 to 2 to 3, maybe a yearly term bull cycle, or the other way. It's amazing how that could happen. Google, I'm in it. Yes, it is. I added to a little bit. It's basically binary at this point. Netflix, I'm still in it. What else do we have for the fun? RNA, I think that was a good cover. I'm not in that anymore. RNA made its move. Now it's going to be a drifter. Where's the WVE? Might be on the top ticker. But if it goes above 638, I'm still up in it. But if it goes above right here, I'm out. Next. All right. Oils came in good. Nice call, coach. Oh, oils did drop. Look at that oil from you know what? The 3-day rule, I guess, did apply to a degree. But the oils, something happened here. RNA. DocuSign. I'm short a little above it. You know what? Whatever. I'll keep moving on. You know why I'm saying these things is because I'm showing it. I'm showing actively trading. And like I said, until about 2 hours from now, I have no idea. I did add to the long-term fund in BHC. Not gonna lie. Why would I lie? I like it. The baby's out with the bathwater here. That's where it opened. See this gap on the below when it started to turn on bad news? That's where I want it. Certainly, if it breaks a little bit lower, I'm listening. It's going to have news. It needs a catalyst. I'm not going to, needs a catalyst. Chewy gave it all back. Now going to the 200-day. BE, it took forever for this to work. Matter of fact, BE, the energy stock, goes with Bizzler, EMPH. It took some run. Well, now look, the run looks good. Now it looks good, Lewis. Now that run looks good, Lewis. That might, you know what? That's going to get the freaking highlighter. Run gets the highlighter. It's just, I don't like the company, but you know what? Price action trumps sentiment. That doesn't matter. That CSIQ got blasted. Where is it? Still underneath, so we have no interest in that. BE could keep going, like I said, but forever. Something's going on. RNA going down now. Now it's going down. RNA. Where's the WVE? Wave tech down ticking. Something like this. I look for a big bid because there's a seller then. All right, what else do we do? Coin had that overnight, pumped it like a putz, acted well. You know, it acted well. It's acting well. Well, as long as it doesn't break a new year low, it might be, listen, there are better trades, but that's the way I'm looking at it. Any questions right here? Coach, by the way, about late last evening, because Coach is on the West Coast, said he wasn't feeling well. The next time I heard from him, said he was going to do the webcast like a true Marna, like a true trading warrior brother. CRISPR got that one nice. Finally, there's Nutella. Might add to that too, just as a 2002. Nah, you know what? I need more. I can't afford to be down in it. Afford to be down in it, meaning, it's just, I don't want it to annoy me. You know what I mean? I hate adding to those losers like that and believing in a position because I'm not an analyst. Like I say, I leave that to the smart guys. TDOC above the 200-day. Etsy, same thing. Carvana even was Carvana. I mean, listen, it's making moves every day up. What else? Wayfair. I punted that. What? Wayfair and one of the most shorted stocks. Everybody hates it. Doesn't make $1. That could keep going if the market goes up. That's a squeeze stock. Same with Zillow. Those are squeezers. Although Wayfair might have more juice in the punch bowl on the upside. What else are we doing? Marn is still going. I'll leave it here. Let me go back to TradeGATEHub. So listen, if you didn't do I don't want to be harsh and say your research, your homework now, but if you're not up to par or you're not on point to where you should be, go back and watch the videos that I did Monday and Tuesday and coaches as well. Because where I sit here was just all active trading, which is basically what I've been doing for some time now because, the VIX elevated a little bit. It's what I just got, what the one negative that I have this year about myself is I was a little more streakier than I would like to be, and that's not a compliment to myself. I don't like being streaky. That's a sign of a bad trader. D-Dog, Lennar, everybody knows how we feel about those. RNG, where's RNG? RNG still has a shot, but you know what? That's going to go on my list too. I'll buy that. What am I looking at RNG? I'll show you in a second. Look at you. Upgrades, downgrades, home builders are upgraded, said is 4,000 times. PHM is a core holding. And the good thing is PHM picked up a lot of option volume today, which I like. Kramer. It gave Kramer's opinion. Today's focus, little Goldman indicate what Goldman said on their desk. Credit default swaps no longer an issue, at least until now. Tactical sentiment. Thank God we sold off yesterday. It would be up in the red. Goldman, listen, it might be getting to the point where the baby at the bathwater for Tesla. Goldman's downgrading them. The rest of the stocks are up. You know, this, you got to be aware of it. I mean, Tesla, I mean, if it wasn't, I'm just going by the price action. Here's the D-Dog, everybody. I've been telling everybody about insider buying in D-Dog for about 2 weeks. Guy's been loading up on it for some time now. 12.5, 12.6. Something's going on nicely. This guy's been buying left and right. Matty Jacobson's up a nice number. Merry Christmas, Matt. ES long-term picture, short-term, and Q, same thing. Any questions, Mike? Your statement today aren't up. Seems like the one that was up 40 or 44%. WVE, Mike V. Let's go back to the live trading. I think I covered some just because I wanted out. WVE, we showed it more on camera, 624. Printed 520 and going back to the show and tell base, take a little catch up off, but just playing around. Try to stay sharp. You don't want it to when your short-term trading is working, short-term trade. You know what I mean? Everybody's buying your pizzas. Don't start making more calzones. I hope sorry to be ethnic. Going back to routine. All right. Neutral now for Lewis. I don't have a feel. Gold scaling and coaches in the right, always in the right church. Drive safely. CPRX. Core holding. Been begging everybody to buy this thing. I have a nice position in it too. Why shouldn't I? RNA for the active trader. I posted that at 14. Where is it now? 19. And you know what? I'm going to cover my last piece of it, but I am going to bid for it because I want to get paid on the bid. Boom. RNA, I'm out on short 16. Now it's a 19. DocU still going. We're short 400 DocU. Just to be sharp. Add crude short. That was a nice trade. Was the crude short? I didn't take off most of it. I did have bids because I always put in bids on contra trades. The crude short was an add 66, what? 91. Printed 66. It's now a barn burn, and now it's breaking the 3-day up roll. It's really elevated over here. What I wanted to do is come down 67.08. If anybody does want to short crude, where right with that basic high or the opening range breakout is where it's. I think about it. Now it's got the 4-day up rule. The negative is there's a 5-day up rule at the 3rd day. It doesn't work. But you can always short it back or always play around it. It's a good thing. It's crude. The crude itself is if you're just trading it alone, it's a decent vehicle to trade. You just can't get too smart again and get ahead of yourself trying to figure things out. All right, Marna, RNA. I'm saying Marna because that one's oils were locked. There was the oils at one point. All right, WVE was making me mad, but now we're shorted. It's not making me mad now. MRVI, this stock I had long and I sold it. I don't know why. Coin breaking higher. RNA not breaking higher. RMVI, I had this stock long. There's my sales. I bought more. My sales were at 15. And why I like this thing? It's beautiful. Just like every stock. Once it curls up on the 8 and the 21 day with a little bit of volume, let it drift. Now it's breaking higher today. Just made a nice move on a volume block. Giddy up. But this is if it wasn't a Fed day, fact, I'm serious. Everybody knows my opinion. I have a threshold. I have a good threshold. Because I'm usually I am in control of everything, or usually in control of everything. And MRVI, if it wasn't a Fed day, I wouldn't have sold it. But I did. Merck 52 high week list. We added to BHC in the fund a little while ago. And where was that? Where's my block? Here's my block. Well, I added right there, 765. Now I have a nice position here. I want to see BHC. BHC, I'm not even going to watch it. You know what I mean? It's one of these things where I'm going to I like the news coming out. I like the volume. I think capitulated. There are better trades. I'm not going to lie, as I say. But next, what's going on? WV Bivy. Still have the Bivy. Should I buy more Bivy? I have to buy more Bivy here. Buy more Bivy. And it's a Bivy. Buy more Bivy. Oh, noggin went down. That's the problem. This bitch. All right, I'll leave it at that. If anybody has any questions, what are the wise guys doing? Listen, don't do much now. Like I said, I don't want to repeat myself and waste time, but if it, this is a couple, the next, whatever, 3 days, if you will, fed into triple witching, some earnings coming out here, you have a better chance of losing more of your year than making your year just because of the karma. If you're going to let something ride, it's just trader mentality is to take off a winner and get all excited and hold the loser, which if he doesn't go your way, usually goes the other way. This is the type of year where if something can go wrong, it will. I'm serious. So you know what? It's also the time to be a professional and not be be tactical. RNA, coin, docu. All right, docu. We hit the top on docu so far. Tesla, not only. All right, guys. So I'll leave it at this. What are the wise guys doing into the Fed? I mean, there's no reason for me to dissertate because if I didn't see what the wise guys were doing, then I would have anything to dissertate about. Roblox bearish. I saw that. Apple bearish. Marna, more calls. They should be. Marna's just freaking ripping. Sorry, Mike. LAC bearish. Fold. I've seen that. Fold. Toll bullish. Spies going out to December. Short term, not interested. A spy lotto. Guys throwing in 300,000 for lotto. Not interested. Roku pen. 30 minutes. SHLS. That's the I had that one wrong. SHLS. Oh no. This is what SHLS did. This is a nice stock. Get Marna. They're just killing Marna. Square. Don't care. I don't care about Square. Bivy. I got filled on the Bivy, WVE, the Bivy. Gotta buy more Bivy. 1072. All right. Blink bullish Pfizer. Well, you know what? Pfizer with Merck at a year high. No, they're bringing Pfizer up. So that's it, guy. You know what I mean? SDGR had a nice follow through. I'm not in it. That's it. If you didn't make the money now or didn't make any money today, step aside at 11:35. If not, have your list after 2. I believe the speech starts at 2:30. And it's all about the close. Usually a Fed day does the opposite. Listen, it's an intricate situation and it's not for everybody this day. I'm not saying if you don't have, if you should have a live account, but if you don't even have a demo account, get the TradeView demo account. There's no better way to learn ever going into, if you thought about trading, if you're trading or want to trade, or you're a bad trader, a good trader, get the demo. The next 3 days are going to be very active, and even thin trading after then to the end of the year, leave it teach you something else. You know what I mean? Sometimes when you take a fishing out on the boat and there's no fish out there, like Tim says, you got to find a way to catch some fish to feed your family. So it even gets thinner out there. So learn how to trade a thinner market on a demo. Until that, stay prudent, have a plan.